Good morning. I would like to wish to my industrial supervisor, Mr. Andrew, and my faculty supervisor, Mr. Gaddafi. So today I'm going to present about my internship presentation. And let me introduce myself first. My name is Karthik, son of Lango, and I'm final year student at UTEM. I'm from Faculty of Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering Technology. So I did my industrial training for 6 months at Western Digital Batukawan, and the manager who hired me for this internship session was Mr. Andrew. I would like to thank Mr. Andrew for me to give this opportunity. Okay, without wasting the time, let me start my presentation. Um, I've been include my experience and simplify my internship program in this slide in this presentation. Okay, this slide consists of a few main parts, which is company background, job scope, and then SMT overview, tasks, and experiences, challenges, and also conclusion. Okay, first thing first, my company background. Western Digital is a data storage device founded in 1970 in California. So within years, Western Digital has successfully established in many countries all over the world, like example Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, Shanghai, China, Malaysia, and so on. Western Digital, Batukawan mainly focus on producing SSDs and NAND flash based storage system devices. And this SSD can be classified into two categories, which is CSS and also ESS. CSS stands for Consumer Storage Solution and ESS for Enterprise Storage Solution. To understand more easy, CSS is for normal use for us lah, for customers, for smartphones, for electronic devices, gamings like that. ESS is for mainly targeted for enterprises, for server rooms like that. And one more thing that I find interesting about Double D is doing the whole process like from the beginning to the end. For example, will Double D will get the wafer from Japan, and it bring the wafer from Japan and will start doing the NAND, and it will solder the components on the board, and the board, after completing the soldering and process or front end process, it will go to the back end for testing, and then after testing it will pass over to packaging, labeling, packaging, and until it reach to the suppliers customer's hand. So it doing from beginning to the end. If you compare with other different semiconductor company, they are not. They are only some are they only doing just components, and some only doing the half of the process. But here WD are doing the whole thing, the whole process. Okay, my job scope over here is I was assigned as a technician, test engineer in uh, particularly in NPI, new product introduction team lah. So here, what I have been done throughout my internship was perform tester validation. I've been taking care of a tester which called panel tester. Later, I will explain about the tester. Uh, so this panel tester consists of 8 cells. So each cell consists of a pair of change kit. So I have also done some change kit validation. Number three, I have done some daily. I have to update the yield, the result by product and yield by testers. Altogether, there are 6 testers and new 2 testers. We just have added two new testers, and the vendors are still working on new two more new testers, which we call hybrid testers. They will test ESS and CSS, but now the panel tester is only able to test CSS products. And then I've also done some production support. I'll be in the production to avoid downtime of my machine and allies with vendors to in completion of tasks. If you see, basically we'll have some task, weekly task and also monthly. So within the time period, we have to complete the task. And weekly, I will be attending meetings regarding the tester issue because day by day, each and every day, we'll encounter some new issues regarding the tester. So we'll try to solve it. I'll be in that task too. And lastly, I was assigned to ensure the tester readiness. Actually, this is very important because um, if let's say we have a mass production, we'll 1 day or 2 days before we'll get to know that from production team there is a mass production. So uh, before that, I have to make sure that the tester panel tester is ready for the build. And this is my company organization chart. So you can see that I was working with test development engineers, Mr. Brian. These are the simple like mind map for the CSS and ESS. These are the products of CSS: Calypso, Venus 1, Venus 2, Aspen Plus, Malibu, Bora Bora, U.2, M.2. U.2 refers to U.2 is a different type of connectors, and M.2 is also another type of connector. Okay, basically this is the product process flow. So I take for Bora Bora. Bora Bora is one of the product. So basically this is the flow lah. We'll start from a machine we call Camelot. Camelot will take the panel, sorry, take the PCB board, and and then next we'll go to the soldering paste, and the next station will be pick and place. The components will be placed at its place. Then it will go through the reflow oven for solder, and then after that AOI, and then it will come to panel tester. So panel tester will do some testing, and then after panel tester, it will go through. So you can see this is the flow lah. From the NXT is the machine that which pick and place the components. So this is the reflow oven, and we'll go through everything, and then so if you, this machine will be at back end. So at back end there will be some testing will be going on. Then we'll go to the labeling, and we'll start packaging. So this is the flow lah. Okay, this is the panel that I've been talking about just now. Panel tester. Why its name is panel tester is because this machine will test the drives in panel form, altogether 14. So this machine is located at front end, but before a few years back, 2 years back, I think, there's no machine at front end for testing. But so this is the machine my managers, Mr. Andrew's team was created by them, so that it will do some testing at the front end. But normally the testing will be at the back end. So they have created this machine to do testing in the front end, so that the panels doesn't have to go through testing again at CDV, which means at back end lah. So this panel tester basically consists of 8 cells. So at a time it can test uh, 8 cells. One cell can test 14 drives. So 14 times 8. So it basically this machine will reduce the time for testing. And okay, why my team has created this machine is to remove CDB. Okay, this machine was developed. You see, okay, you can see here. Develop function test coverage on CSS panel tester like in CDB. CDB is a machine. Okay, so this is a CDB advanced test MPT. 3K tester is the machine uh, uh, is the machine that doing the testing, which exactly what panel tester is doing. So let's say if the panel has finished the testing in panel tester, so we don't have to take the panel to for the advanced test for further testing so that we can remove CDB one process over here. So this is the actual CSS test process. There will be CDB in between, but this is the proposed flow. SMT panel tester will remove the CDB so that it can straight away go to MST and CFD. So basically, this is the main purpose lah. Because CDB machine, there are two disadvantages. One is cost is higher, and another one at a time it only can test one drive. But our panel tester at a time it can test 14 drives, and the cost is also low compared to CDB. Mustang and Impala is a tester. Version 1, Mustang is version 1 tester, Impala is version 2 tester. Uh, this tester can be found is located at backend. Okay. Besides, this is my internship framework. Sorry. So I've tabled it down what I've done from the month of March to August. The early of my internship, I've done I've get to know about the product overview, understand the organization structure, products in detail, and then the following month, I've started to do the validation tester in offline mode and capture the failure rate and what are the types of failure, and I've also attended some few Microsoft Excel skill trainings. And at the month of May, I've been familiarized with Linux operating system, and I've also understand come to know the fundamental Python programs, Python commands programming. And the month of June to August, I've been analyzing the failure, identifying, analyzing the failures in testing, and help in failure reduction, and help vendors installation of new testers, prepare tester to get in ready, and then so these are the overview lah for my internship. And then experience. If you ask about my experience in WD, uh, I've I have come to know the real working environment. So now I got the picture how does the real working environment looks like, and how the production looks like, and what are the flows, what should we do and what we shouldn't do in production in company, and something like that. Each and every day I've learned something new, and most important thing is knowing the importance of good teamwork, because here we are we like or not, we have to work in team. Then challenges that I faced, number one is things that we know in class are basics. We need to put ourselves some efforts to learn quickly and implement the knowledge here, because here everything is hands-on. We cannot do work by only knowing the theory. And then we need to think out of the box. And then most important thing is complete the work with the duration given from the colleagues. Conclusion, I feel very thankful for getting to do internship in Western Digital. So I would like to thank Mr. Andrew for giving me this opportunity and rewarding me this valuable experience. And at the beginning, I feel nervous, but at the end, I managed to cope up with the flow. And I've also learned skills learned will be very, very helpful for my future. That's all from me. Thank you.